Hello everyone! This is Skaden from Ironhype, and I hope you guys like history, because you're about to witness the first ever Top 5s with Skaden. In this historic episode, we count down the top 5 most underrated RPGs of the recent past. From lovable characters and complex storylines, to wildly addictive and charming combat, these 5 RPG gems received less attention than they may have deserved. Please note that I did my best to avoid any spoilers in this video, but the gameplay footage may have some minor spoilers. Also, this list is based solely on my opinion as a longtime RPGer who has seen his fair share of epic tales and adventures. Let's get her going! Number 5. Dragon Quest VIII for PlayStation 2. Dragon Quest VIII starts out simply enough. A silent protagonist finds himself on a journey with withered, frog-looking man and his daughter, who is also a horse/princess. You know, the normal stuff. The story from there, however, introduces a plethora of interesting and often lovable characters sure to grasp the attention of any seasoned RPG player. The towns are full of charm and tiny interactions to keep you entertained for hours on end by themselves. The overworld travel is dynamic and interesting, although sometimes it's easy to get a bit lost in the massive world. Boss battles tend to require careful consideration of nearly every move you make. The turn-based combat does a great job of not being too repetitive or static in nature, and a steady stream of skill points and choices in character development make for a truly customizable experience. Whether you're a veteran to the Dragon Quest franchise or a newbie looking to experience the series, this is a fantastic game sure to give you chills, thrills, and spills as you slip and slurp your way across the gorgeously crafted landscape. Number 4. Radiata Stories, PlayStation 2. In Radiata Stories, you take on the role of Jack Russell, who, rather than being a dog like his name sounds, is actually the son of Cairn Russell, a famous Radiata knight of the human kingdom, who is best known for slaying the elemental water dragon. The first task for the player, and Jack, to complete involves going to Radiata Castle to show his skill in hopes of being recruited into the Radiata Knights like his father Cairn. Pretty cool, right? Well, turns out Jack's kind of a wimp. A super wimp, in fact, and gets wrecked by a quiet young girl named Ridley Silverlake, who is trained to be a knight from a very young age. While this type of story element is not unheard of, it is a really awesome alternative to the whole, the playable character is immortal and can do 50,000 front flips and murder a legion of demons at level 1 with a wooden sword thing. From this humble beginning, the game explodes into a fantastically complex world teeming with monsters to fight, monsters to befriend, dwarves, fairies, ogres, all the other manner of RPG enemy archetypes that you all know and love. It's only one difference. Toward the middle of the game, the character is given a choice to betray the humans of Radiata Castle, along with all of his friends and the legacy of his namesake, to join the sentient beings of monsters in their struggle to survive against the human occupation. From here, the game splits almost entirely in two based on the choice you make, and the world is truly shaped by the player's decisions. Add in 137 recruitable party members who each have their own lives, jobs, homes, and schedules, and you've got a recipe for an unforgettable game filled with charm, fierce combat, and plot twists galore. Number 3. Valda's Story, Abyssal City for PC. Valda's Story is a bit different breed of RPG than the others in this list in that it takes the form of a Metroid or Castlevania type game, complete with hilariously difficult bosses even on normal. Valda's Story is worth every single death, however, as each of the 4 playable characters has their own unique dialogue with each of the bosses and each story character. The artwork in this game is phenomenal. During my first several playthroughs, I found myself getting lost just looking into the backgrounds of the game. In terms of combat, each character has 3 talent tree type things that allow you to customize the way your character plays. Want to play Wyatt the warrior, but use magic? Cool, go for it. Want to play as Gilda, the half-dragon dark mage, but play her as a melee assassin? Yep, you can do that too. The true beauty of this game is that the story is primarily revealed through only a few lines of dialogue at a time. In other words, even if you chose Reyna the human monk in the character select screen, you would not know much about her until you hear the way she speaks and is spoken to. All in all, if you fancy an epic struggle between humans, angels, and demons, and value interesting gameplay and very difficult boss fights, this one is definitely a must-play that deserves more attention. Number 2. Infinite Undiscovery, Xbox 360. At first glance, Infinite Undiscovery appears to be another run-of-the-mill JRPG with a hero, a villain, a female companion, a hodgepodge of friends, and a very important quest. The thing that makes this game an absolute must-play for me, however, is the character development. I can honestly say that no other character in any game I have ever played shows as much dynamic development as Capel, the primary protagonist. I can't say too much here without some huge spoilers, so I won't, since you'll just have to play it to see. And trust me, you'll be glad I didn't spoil anything for you. The combat is insanely fun, the world is drop-dead gorgeous and crafted with amazing detail, and there are plenty of little quirks that make this game feel truly deep and well thought out. If you love playing character-driven games, Infinite Undiscovery should be pretty high up on your to-do list. No, for real. Go play it. You'll thank me. Number 1. Dragon Warrior Monsters 2 for Game Boy Color. This is hands down my all-time favorite game, but hardly anyone I talk to has ever even heard of this very early installment in the series that would eventually merge again with the Dragon Quest games. Rather than playing as a party of humans fighting hordes of monsters, in this game, you take on the role of a young boy named Kobe, the son of 2 poverty-stricken monster farmers who watch over the monsters of famous tamers as they travel around with their selected party. Your city, which, by the way, is a giant tree, how cool is that, is suddenly plunged into peril by a playful spirit who literally pulls a plug that causes the entire tree to begin sinking. This prompts young Kobe to embark on his own adventure to become a monster tamer and lead his team to save the city from a super drowning, which would suck pretty bad and not be too good for his parents' business. You're first given a lovable slime as your only party member. From that one goofy little slime, you must travel to multiple different universes, solve harrowing puzzles, participate in ranked arena matches as well as random encounters in the wild, all to ensure the safety of your family and your city. The kicker is, all the while, you have to focus intently on building the perfect team of monsters by capturing wild ones, by feeding them various meats that each have their own different success rates, breeding them, hatching their little baby eggs, and raising them to be powerful. Each time you breed 2 monsters, the child becomes stronger than the parents once it grows up. So breeding your monsters often and carefully is paramount to your success. The best part about this game, though, even after you complete the main story, which can take easily 100 hours on your first playthrough if you don't know the story like the back of your hand, there are literally endless worlds, randomly generated with random townspeople, random bosses, and random wild enemies to fight. Each world has a chance to contain another key to, guess what, another randomly generated world. Hundreds of party combinations to choose from, and even some secret monsters only available through breeding very specific sets of monsters. This game provides nearly endless entertainment, charm, and customization. Well, that concludes the first ever Top 5s with Skaden. Thanks for watching, everyone, and be sure to like and subscribe if you did enjoy the video. No matter who you are, no matter where you're at, have a great day from me, Skaden, and the rest of us here at Ironhype.